Hey folks, how are you doing and welcome back to my channel. Now today we will once again take a look at the OnePlus watch. I now had it on for my wrist for 1 whole month and these are the results. Now before we start with the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing if you want to see more smartwatch reviews or just want to know more about smartwatches in general. Now this video idea was not my idea in particular. It was a request in the comments below one of my old OnePlus videos. So here we go, Mr. Peter Doherty, or however your name is pronounced. So the very first point that we're going to take a look at are the sport modes, as well as the stats that are being tracked, like the heartbeat, the pace, the distance, the mileage, and so on. So during my first testing of the OnePlus watch, I was pretty positive about this watch. But now after 1 month, things definitely have changed. So we still have over 100 different sport modes like running, swimming, some freestyle training, shooting, belly dance, or dog walking. So we have quite a variety over here. Now, I don't quite get the difference between normal walking and dog walking, but if you know, let me know in the comments below. Now, one thing really jumped to my eye, which is the GPS. And this one takes so long until it finds the GPS signal. And the consequence out of that is that you either have to wait a little longer until you can start your workout, or you miss big parts of your workout. Now, funny side story, the other day I went for a bike ride and I was too lazy or just didn't wait for the GPS signal and it just went off and I missed like the first 10 minutes of my workout. So folks, that's not a big problem if you know about it, but just keep in mind that your smartwatch needs an extra few minutes to find the signal. Now the second big point is the GPS accuracy. And this one is really not that good. It's sometimes taking shortcuts, it is missing big parts, or it is not tracking at all, which is the worst case. But as for the stats that are being tracked, it is doing very, very good, except for the steps and the mileage. But the heartbeat is almost spot on, just like the speed and the pace. Now, if you don't have another device to count your steps or the mileage, just add like 10% to your steps and like 15% to your mileage, and you should be fine. Now, if you wonder what device I'm using to compare all of these stats, I'm using the Garmin Forerunner 55 most of the time, or my Polar H10 chest band. But this one is stuff for another video. So the next big point is the sleep tracker. And dear Peter, the sleep tracker is almost spot on. It is very accurate on when I went to bed and woke up. The OnePlus watch is also showing you the duration of your sleep, your light and deep sleep, as well as your awake time. And since I'm wearing 2 watches most of the time, I know that this watch is pretty accurate. By the way, you can also check your sleeping stats from the last week, month, or year, and based on all of your sleeping stats, the app is giving you a score between 1 and 100, with 1 being the best. The OnePlus Health app even gives you a short sleeping analysis and what happens to your body if you're a late sleeper or have poor sleep in general. As for the next big point, we're going to take a look at the battery life. And I don't really know what to say about that one, but I get like 4 days of battery life. Now, if you look at the product description, we should get 14 days on battery life on normal usage, 24 hours if we have the GPS turned on continuously, and 5 days if we have the SpO2 tracker turned on during the night, which I have. Now, I've been doing a bunch of workouts every day with the GPS and without the GPS, and I've been using this watch pretty heavily, and I have the SpO2 tracker turned on during the night, and I get like 4 days. So if we compare it to a normal person or an average person, I think 5 days is very realistic. Now 14 days is a little bit much, so cut that down to like 10 to 12 days and you're good to go. And oh, by the way, the watch really doesn't take that long to fully charge. It only takes like 60 minutes at most. So what else can we do with this watch? If our smartphone is nearby, we can call friends right from our wrist. So we can either punch in the number on the dial pad or look for someone in the contacts. Of course, you can also answer and reject calls, and the quality of the microphone really isn't that shabby. Now keep in mind that you will still look like a total fool if you talk to your wrist. Now the only time when it came in handy for me is when I'm on my bike riding and I have my smartphone in the back and don't have any earbuds in. And that's actually the only time when I'm using this feature. And even though I'm on the bike riding and I have a lot of wind, the sound quality is pretty good. At least that's what my friends told me. Now in this video, we're not going to take a look at all of the features. If you were looking for a full in-depth video, just check out the first link in the description and you get right to a video of mine where I talk a bunch. It's like a 12-minute video where I just talk about features, specs, design, and whatsoever. Today, we're only going to take a look at the things that I noticed during my 1-month testing phase. And as for the next tracker, we're going to take a look at a stress tracker. And for some reason, I'm always deeply relaxed with a score of like 15 to 19, which I almost can't believe since I was brutally stressed during the last couple of weeks at work. I was working for like 10 hours a day with almost no breaks, and the watch is telling me that I'm relaxed. I'm in the green zone, which makes me wonder how anyone can reach the yellow, orange, or red zone. I guess it's just out of my league. Of course, I also have some positive things to say about this watch. Now, first up, even though we have all these updates, the performance of the watch is still top notch. It is not lagging one bit and it runs very smoothly. For example, if I'm opening up an app or if I swipe to the next tile or whatever. Now the next thing is that the case, the screen and the strap, they're looking like new, even though I dropped the watch or I bumped into the wall and there's not one single scratch. So folks, what are my final thoughts about the OnePlus watch? And for 160 euros, you get a good quality smartwatch. I mean, the English translation is okay-ish. I only found a few mistakes and the variety of the watch faces is decent. I mean, for my account, you have like 50 different ones and I think that is enough. I mean, you don't get as many as with the Fossil brand or Samsung brand, but in addition to that, you can even use your own pictures and use them as a background. And in addition to that, you also have a bunch of other features like the SpO2 tracker, stress tracker, breathing exercise, armrest calls, and a music player. And basically you get everything the average normal person is looking for in a smartwatch. And for 160 euros, you even have a 1.39 AMOLED touch display with a resolution of 454 by 454 pixels, which is super nice. You have a smooth fluoelastomer strap and 4 GB of internal storage. That's top notch. So folks, that's already it for the video. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and consider subscribing. It only takes 2 clicks, it's for free, and it will help me out a lot in the YouTube algorithm. With that being said, see you next time. Peace.